Hi everyone, I'm Lottie and welcome to day one of your 24 Days of Pilates challenge. Today we're starting with a strong and calm Pilates flow just to get you going. We're also going to develop this as we go through the 24 days, but let's start. So we're going to start in standing. Just come into the back of your mat. We're going to start with a little neck stretch. So lifting nice and tall, grounding through the feet. And we're just coming into the body. So you're going to take one of your hands just to the side and you're going to flex the wrist. So fingers point out, palm presses down, and you're going to tilt your head away from that. So I'll just show you from the front as well. So you're just tilting your head away from that hand, really trying to get a nice flexion through that wrist, turning the fingers up, breathing into that neck. Try and keep both shoulders the same level. And then we'll bring the head back up. And then the other side, flex the hand and then tilt the head away. So you're going to feel this lovely stretch through the neck, maybe into the shoulder, the wrist. And then bringing your head back up. Let's do that one more time to each side because it feels so good. So flex the wrist, tilt the head away from that hand, starting with this really lovely neck stretch. Just see if that you're grounding through both feet evenly, soft knees, lifted spine. And we're bringing the head up and the other side. Gently flex the wrist and tilt the head directly to the side. Breathe in. So we're going to feel strong and calm. Those two really feeling nice and balanced. Let's start with some roll downs now. So soften your knees, lift through your body, start to nod your chin, melt your chin towards your chest and just start to roll down through the spine. Trying to focus on vertebrae at a time. All the way down over the legs, over the hips, just let the arms and head be heavy and relaxed. Take a breath in down there, lifting through the arches, breathing out as you stand tall. Bone by bone, we're rolling up, articulating the spine, standing up strong. And we'll do that two more. Nod your chin, peeling down, soft knees. Have this sense of up and over the legs, navel drawing towards the spine. Try not to crunch the head. Inhale and exhale as you pick yourself up, drawing the abdominals gently in, waking up those hamstrings and lifting tall. Good, we're going to do one more. Just still moving, breathing, and feeling nice and calm. Up and over those hips. Going to breathe in there at the bottom. And then we're going to breathe out. You're rolling up, drawing your sit bones under, gently drawing up through the front of the legs. And we're going to come into some squats just to feel really worked through our legs. So starting just with nice Pilates squats, you're keeping your feet relatively narrow, so just underneath the hips. And we're going inhale and exhale. And inhale and exhale. So moving from those hip joints, breathing in and breathing out. Good, keep that navel drawing towards the spine. Try and keep your spine nice and long and try and press through the heels and stretch through the toes. You've got four more. Good, you've got three. In and out, nice and even through those legs. You've got two. And coming up, and you've got last one. Now we're going to add a little kick back with the legs. I'm just going to step a little bit forwards. So we're going to add a little kick back through the legs. So we're going into that squat again. And then as we come up, the arms press back, one leg reaches behind. Come back into that squat. And then stand into one leg, other leg reaches back, arms go into that chest expansion. Inhale, exhale. So a little leg extension behind us, opening through the front of that hip, working through those thighs, drawing through the center, finding a little bit of balance. So we're starting with this quite dynamic standing work just to get you really into your body, really having a little challenge as we begin. Good. Pressing those arms back and transferring the weight every time, feeling the center, moving the body, standing tall, coming into that squat, and just check in for me that your knees as you squat down, aren't knocking towards each other. Try and get them tracking over those toes. We've got 4 more. And then we're gonna come down to the mat. We've got 3. Good, we've got 2. Just keep a nice flowing breath. We will focus more on breath as we go through this series, through this challenge. I just want you to move here. Feel into that body. Get moving. Good. This time we're coming down into that squat, and then we're going to come down over into our roll down again, over the legs, and we're going to walk into our downward dog position, our down stretch. So just about halfway up the mat, spread those fingers wide, and just try and feel into the back of this body. It doesn't matter if your knees are bent, your heels are lifted, just breathe and send your sit bones up towards the ceiling. Lengthen through the spine. And we'll just do a little walk in through the feet. So one heel presses down. Breathe in. Breathe out. And just check in as you look back towards those ankles that they're not rolling in or out. Head just between those arms. And keeping that little support through your abdominals. Massaging through your ankles and through your toe joints. Good. And then we're just going to come down with the knees gently onto the mat. We're going to come into a plank position and we're going to hold it for 10. So we're just going to find that plank. If you're not quite ready for a full plank, you can always just take a modified version with your knees down and your hips forwards in this plank position. And we're just holding for 10. So I want you to make sure you've got the shoulders over the wrists, over the hands, spread the fingers, step into your plank position and check that your hips are low, you're drawing your abdominals in and up. We hold for 10, gazing in front of the hands. 9, 8, 7, drawing your shoulders wide and down. 6, 5, 4, hips facing that mat. 3, 2, and 1. Now, whether your knees are up or down, just everyone bring them down now. And we're going to come into 5 little press-ups. So you've got that long spine. You'll come in for 5, for 4, and try and get those elbows towards your rib cage. 3, maybe get in a little bit more range of movement. 2, as you warm up through. Last one, nice and even. And then we're coming back towards the heels. Little stretch. We're going to repeat that, but we're going to do a little glute work before we do the plank again. So come back forwards, knees now underneath your hips, hands underneath your shoulders. Right leg is going to reach directly behind you. Keep it on the floor for the first moment just to check in of that box. You want shoulder to shoulder, hip to hip. You want to just feel this little dip in your lower back, but not too much of an arch. So lengthen your tailbone away. Keep your left hip directly over your left knee. Pull down gently, as if you're sort of dragging that mat back towards you, and then we're going to go up and down with that back leg. To the mat, and then up and down. Good. We've got 10, so 8. Keeping that neck long. 7, 6, 5, maybe feeling that upper body because we've already done those press-ups. 4, 3, I want you to reach out through that leg. 2, reach out through the crown of your head. On the last one we hold, 10 ups and downs. So just a drop and a lift, gently working into the back of your thigh, keeping both hips pointing down to the mat. You've got 6, 5, long leg. 4, long spine. 3, squeezing those glutes. 2, and 1. Good. Bring that knee in. We're going to come back to our plank. So remember, always take the modified half plank if you feel like you need to, or come into that full plank. Maybe for this time you could try it. So step one leg back, step the other leg back. We're holding for 10. I want you to push through those heels. Imagine you're squeezing something between your legs. You've got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. We're strong, but we're calm. 4, 3, 2, and 1. We bring the knees down. We've got those 5 press-ups again. We go inhale, exhale, inhale, You've got it. You've got 3 more. 2. Can you go all the way to the mat this time, maybe? Last one. Yes, and sit back, and then we're going to do the other glutes. The other side with that leg raised. So come back onto all fours, knees now under those hips. And this time it's your left leg that reaches back. Again, try not to dip in that low back. We've got 10 lifts directly behind you. Feeling that hamstring pulling up. Connecting to the breath. 8. 7, try and keep that thigh rolling down. 6, 5, 4, shoulders wide. 3, lightly tap in. 2, and then we hold, and then we're going to do little drop and lift 10 times. 9, 8, try not to lean over to the right. 7, 6, 5, long neck. 4, 3, imagine you're balancing a little cup of tea on that neck and on that pelvis. 2, 1, and then bring that knee all the way in. Good, so feeling our legs already. So let's come around now and just do a little side stretch in a seated position. So coming around, sit back on your heels, just bring your legs out in front. And we'll just take a little side stretch in this frog position. So soles of the feet together, knees apart, lifting through the spine, arms out to the side. We're going to go into a little bit more abdominals, but let's just take a little side stretch to feel that flow and that length. Into the side body, one hand comes down and we bend over, melt through the hips, and then come up tall. And you'll reach in to try and touch both sides of the room, and then you're going up and over to the other side, softening the elbow. And we're getting that lovely, what we call lateral movement. Side bending, feeling into every little bit between those ribs, the intercostal muscles. Try and reach and grow up to the ceiling. And then we go over to the other side. And really coming into that body. And then we're going to take the right leg out in front. So keep the left knee bent and just take the right leg out in front of you. So you want this little position. You don't have to have the foot right up high. You kind of have it about calf level, so it's not too high up. We're going to try and keep the sit bones on the same length. We're going to flex that right foot. We're going to lift our arms up alongside our ears. And we're going to start to roll down again. Over that leg. Exhale. Over the leg. Just let the hands gently come either side of that leg at the front. Don't worry if you're more up, right, feels a little bit tight in that hamstring this morning or tonight. You might be doing it in the evening, whatever time of day you might be doing the class. And then we're going to come up with those arms. And remembering that the fact that you're on your mat and you're moving and breathing and you've committed to the practice. It's day 1. We've got 24 days. You can do it. And we're going to feel so connected to our bodies. Lift into it. It's kind of like a gift to yourself to come onto your mat every day. 1 more. Reaching over. Breathing out. And resting there. And then we'll come up. We'll use those back muscles to lift to, and then we'll change legs. So stretch the left leg out, bend the right knee in, and just open the knee. Remember, you don't have to have the foot too far up. Hips nice and on the same plane, on the same level of your mat. Reach tall and then round over. We've got 3 here. Reaching over the legs. Breathing out, emptying out that breath. Inhale as we restack through the spine. We've got 2 more. Lift to the ceiling. Round over the legs, forward. So you're going straight over that leg rather than deviating to the side at all. So both sides of your waist are the same length, and then we've got 1 more here. Exhale out. I want you to try and sort of feel that the belly button's drawing back the other way as you reach forward. So it's this nice opposition. And maybe the hands rest down. And then you're coming up Well done, guys. And then we're going to bring our soles of the feet together, arms out to the side, lift the chest. We're rounding our spine, curving through, navel to spine, starting to roll back a little bit off those hips. And then you're coming up, opening, lifting the chest. So just getting into your rounding, your flexion, getting into your abdominals, using that breath. We inhale, sit tall, arms go out to the side. Exhale, we round, we come back, rocking off the pelvis, and we come up, we open. And I want you to just start to flow here a little bit. So there's sort of no stopping or starting, but you're finding that deepening through that curve, through the abdominals, rolling back onto the sit bones, rounding back, coming into the body, and then you're keeping that curve as you come up. You inhale, arms wide. We've got 4 more. Rolling back, feet together if you can. Deepen into those abdominals as you sit tall, arms and chest open. Last 3. Really enjoy that stretch across the chest as you come up. Good, really lovely. You've got 2 more. Can you find a bit more navel to spine, a little bit more curving in? Maybe feeling a little stretch in those hips. Sometimes we all feel it slightly different in our bodies. That's fine. Just notice what you're feeling today. And we're going to come up and we're going to open and really enjoy this stretch here as we reach out, lifting our eyes gently up. And then gather in again. Good, we're coming onto the mat. So scoot your hips nice and close towards your heels. See if you can roll down to the mat from here. If you need to use the arms on the floor, that's fine. Maybe reach the arms out in front and then see if you can roll down slowly. Using that control and abdominals, good. We're coming into Batmom. And then we're going to do some bridging, and then later on in the series, we're going to add them together. So for here, we're going to work through the inner thighs. We're going to slide our right leg all the way out, and we're going to slightly turn the leg out. So heel in, toe out. Left knee is going to stay parallel though. We're going to reach this leg up and down, and we're going to flex it as it comes up. So we flex the heel, kick it up, point, lengthen it down. I don't really like to say kick because it kind of has this sort of sharp movement. It's not a sharp movement, it's more of a reach and down. We've got 3 more. Lift and down, and you're going to keep the pelvis nice and level, the sides of the waist. Last 1, we hold it there. Good, now from here we're going to take little circles with that leg, so just keep everything nice and balanced across your pelvis. Just drawing little circles, keep the other knee nice and still. 5, 4, pulling up through the inner thigh. 3, 2, balancing that T on the pelvis, and we reverse. 5, try and keep our neutral pelvis, which is where both hips are level. 4, 3, little tunnel, little pocket of air under the lower back. And last 1. Good, bring that leg down, and we're going to do the other leg. So slide that left leg away, slightly turn out, but keep the right knee. So what's going to want to happen maybe is that knee opens or rocks in. Just keep it in line. We flex to lift it up. We point to reach it down. Inhale, 5. 4, long leg as it reaches away. 3, you can even pop your hands on your pelvis. 2, to check in with that pelvis. Last 1, it holds there. Now try and check, is it still turned out or have you turned it in again? Keep that turn out. Keep the foot nice and flexed. And you're reaching through that hamstring, and we circle for 5. Balance that pelvis. 4. So this is a really good control, stability, abdominal exercise as well, because you don't want to be rocking around. Reverse, you don't want to rock the rest of the body. It's just that leg. 3, 2, keeping the other knee nice and still. Last 1, we bring it in, and then we bring it to parallel and we bend it down. Coming into some bridges now. So resettle everything out. We're going to bridge up and down. So keeping your spine neutral, pressing into the feet. We lift up. Exhale, squeeze those glutes. Inhale down, nice and level. Exhale, lift. Inhale down, good. And we lift. So you're really finding now some grounding, some strength through the center, through the hamstrings. Lifting straight up, straight down, straight up, straight down. Long neck. activating those hips into the center, keeping those inner thighs level with each other, and keeping that long spine. We're going to do 8, 7, straight up, straight down, 6, keeping that calmness, 5, finding that strength, 4, pressing through those arms, 3, doing so well, you've got 2, good job guys, let's hold that there for 1, and then we go down an inch, up an inch, down an inch, and up an inch, and you keep your ribs sort of funneling towards your pelvis for 8, 7, moving from those hips, 6, keeping those hips nice and level if you can, 5, pressing through those heels, long toes, 4, are you lifting the ball of the big toe? I want you to push into the ball of the big toe, keep those inner thighs wrapping around and up, supporting for 3, for 2, squeezing, squeezing, last one, and we gently bring those hips down. Good, so the last section of the class, we're gonna go into some abdominal work. We're gonna start with some hip rolls and then a little series from the series of 5, and then we're gonna just calm it down at the end. So, starting with some hip rolls, arms are coming out, head stays down. We're gonna find that neutral, so balancing your pelvis, drawing your abdominals in, your low back is lengthened and your bottom is down, tailbone is down. Float your right leg, float your left leg, bring your knees and ankles and feet together. Anchor through those arms, reach out, and then you're tipping your pelvis over to one side, keeping your knees squeezing together, and then draw your abdominals in as we come back. Other side, reach through those arms as you rotate, squeeze those legs together as you come back. So you're really finding this kind of wrapping, gathering through the center, and that's what's bringing you back. Inhale, twist. Exhale to come back. Inhale to rock through. Keep the shoulders anchored down. So really getting this lovely rotation through your lumbar spine, but your ribs are going sort of the other way to the way that the knees are going. So if your knees are going that way, your ribs are sort of pretending, oh, went too far there. They're going back through that way. Inhale, tip. Rocking across the pelvis. Exhale, squeeze the legs together. Inhale, you rock over. Exhale, you draw through back to the center. Let's do one more to each side. Inhale. Exhale, squeeze those inner thighs to come back. And tipping your pelvis. Feeling that rotation and then feeling that connection to come back. Now we're going to go into single leg stretch. So hands are going to come behind the head, interlace the fingers. Let's do a few curl ups just to get into our upper body. Breathing out, our upper abdominals. Breathing in, keep the legs together if you can. Breathing out. Breathing in as you come back. Let's do 4 more. Breathing out. Breathing in, elbows reach into the corners of the room for 3. And down, you've got 2, keeping the back of the neck long. And down, we've got 1 more. We're gonna hold it there. Keep that little plum space between the chin and the chest. Draw the right knee in, extend the left leg out, and we change. And change, and your legs are brushing past one another. You're finding the direction of the leg pointing forwards, one knee pulling in. See if you can keep the tips of the shoulders up. If you need to reset, just bring the head back down. See if you can keep that center, keep going through those legs. Breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. We've got 10, you can do it. 9, 8, gotta get those abdominals in here. 7, stay 1, 6, worked you quite hard today. For 4, for 3, reach through those legs. 2, and 1, let's bring the legs in. We've got double leg stretch. We're parallel, so just keeping nice and together with those legs. Arms and legs reach out, and arms and legs reach in. Arms and legs reach out, and arms and legs reach in. And you're gonna try and, as your legs go out, I want you to draw belly button to spine and in, and maybe don't take those legs too low today as you're just coming into that center, or maybe lower them a little bit away from you. Good, they could go straight up to the ceiling. Let's do 4 more. Choose that position and keep that balanced pelvis. We've got 3. And make sure you're working through those arms as well. We've got 2. That chest is lifted, and then we're gonna do some obliques. Last one, we're gonna bring those legs in. We're gonna reach the hands behind the head, and we're just gonna go over to the right. Inhale, center. Over to the left. Inhale, center. Over to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. You want to feel that shoulder coming up and over as you go into those obliques. 1 more here. And hug those knees in. Well done. And breathe. So just going to place our feet down onto the floor. We're going to come into a little frog position. I'm going to just rest one hand on the lower abs, one hand on the rib cage. And we're going to breathe. So breathe into those ribs. Breathe out. So you can sort of feel like you're trying to split the ribs underneath that hand. As you inhale, they move out to the side. And as you exhale, just feel this narrow in, drawing gently down through the abdominals. Maybe close the eyes, just let the feet come together, the knees to open. And just feeling calm. Worked from top to toe. Getting that body moving and then just calming down as we finish here. Let's take 2 more deep breaths. In through the nose. Full deep breath and out. Relaxing, melting into the mat. And we've got 1 more. So you can stay here if you're feeling calm and centered, just want to stay a little bit longer. Or you can just rock yourself up and get ready for your day. Pressing your thighs into your hands to rock up. And you are all done. So well done. I will see you tomorrow for day 2. Bye, guys.